may be dating a guy that seems so confident and secure, he kind of doesn't care whether you're there or not. And this is a little bit unsettling, right? Because maybe you're constantly worried about losing him. You're worried that he's going to suddenly disappear and chuck you aside for some other woman. So in this video, I want to show you some ways on how to make a man fear losing you, have some security in that he's not going to just suddenly disappear and chuck you aside. If you'd like to learn more about how to attract and keep men using text messages, then you will want to grab my freebie in the link below. My free feminine texting guide, you can grab that in the link in my description. One of the best ways to make a man fear losing you is to make him feel like he has lost you. Seriously. At least temporarily, okay? Now, I want to give some warning here, okay? You cannot be desperate and needy for his love, okay? For him to be with you. If you have any of that desperate, needy vibe about it, you're not going to be able to do this. And even if you do the tips that I'm about to list, chances are you're going to revert right back to chasing him, making him feel secure in the relationship part. That kind of then defeats the purpose of all these tips, right? Because these tips are designed to make him fear losing you. But if you have a real fear of losing him and it's stronger than his fear of losing you, it's just not going to work, right? You're not going to be able to trigger it authentically. Okay, so that is the first thing. You have to get over this desperate, needy thing, right? You need to make peace with him walking away or you walking away and the relationship ending before you deploy any of these tips that I'm about to say. The first tip on how to make a man fear losing you is you have to remove yourself from his presence and not contact him at all. Even if he messages you, contacts you, tries to call you, delay responding back to him. Okay, make him sweat. So if you normally respond back immediately, wait an hour, 2 hours. Delay it long enough that you know he is sweating. And how you know he's sweating is because he starts to react badly. If you break contact first, then it's just not going to work. He's not going to fear losing you then because you've just proven to him there is no fear, there's no worry, because you're more afraid of losing him still. For him to really feel fear of losing you, he has to really believe he could lose you. And the only way that's going to happen is if you don't contact him. Tip number 2 is you're going to imply a breakup is coming. If you don't change, if you keep acting this way, I don't know if I can stay in this relationship. That is implying breakup in the future, implying you could walk in the future, right? If this continues, maybe we're not compatible. You're not breaking up with him, but you're implying breakups coming in the future. If he cares about you, if he doesn't want to break up, if he wants to continue on, then that's gonna motivate him into some kind of action. Now, if you do this, go no contact, don't contact him, and then he reaches back out, here's what you may experience. He may get upset, okay? Anger is typically the first sign of fear. So if he shows up angry and justifying his actions, okay, using logic, right? Bringing in facts and stats. And here's the, being very devoid of emotions, like talking analytically. Okay, you know he's in justification mode because he's feeling angry. There's some anger there, right? Or he's just literally being angry. Now, this may not feel like it's as a good sign when a guy is angry at us, but this is a good sign because this means he is scared, right? Because if he wasn't scared, he wouldn't be angry. He wouldn't care that you didn't contact him for X amount of period. But the fact that he is angry and bothered by the fact that you didn't reach out means he got scared and is annoyed, right? So that is a good sign. Even though in the moment it will not feel like it's a good sign, you will probably get triggered yourself because what he's going to do, likely, he's going to now bring up more issues. Okay, he's gonna now make it sound like this is your fault and blame you, because what also comes with anger is wanting to blame the other person. We may not want to blame, but that's what ends up happening if you're justifying your behavior. It always kind of sounds like you're blaming the other person then. It's like, it's not my fault, it must be yours. Okay, and the danger here is you will probably want to do same back. You will want to be angry back, justify your actions, so then it ends up being a who's right, who's wrong debate. And it's likely then you will go down rabbit holes of arguing who's right, who's wrong, bringing up one issue, then another issue, then another issue, and you go down different rabbit holes of issues. And you kind of lose track of hang on a second, what were we arguing about again? Like, what was the initial thing we were talking about, right? So I just want to warn you that may happen. I think I've been around this a few times. So you just got to remember that what the whole point of this is you wanted him to come back and be a little bit bothered so you can work on this issue together by talking about it. Because even if you're having an argument, at least you're talking about it. At least you're communicating and not just avoiding each other or like sweeping things under the rug and pretending it's not there, right? Or you just sitting in your own anxiety and then like not doing anything about it. Okay, and you have to think about it like this, because that's how relationships strengthen. Relationships strengthen by overcoming hurdles together, right? When two people care about each other, they will overcome the hurdles together and work on the relationship together. And that is ultimately what you are going for. Do what works, right? All is fair in love and war, okay? And I have to say, like, oftentimes we do have to use these tactics to get someone to reach out and start that conversation, because a lot of people won't unless they're really pushed to do it, right? That's kind of human nature, and we're using human nature to our advantage here. If you enjoy this video and you would like to learn more tips and advice and strategies for attracting and keeping high quality men, then you may want to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and you can also check out some freebies that I have in the link in my description. And that's all from me, ladies. I will talk to you real soon. Bye.